So, hi, my name is Becky. I work here at the SF Food Bank, and I am the Volunteer Services Coordinator here. I've only ever worked in nonprofits. In my previous job, I was working at a food bank in upstate New York, teaching cooking and nutrition lessons for low-income families. So I'm comfortable working in food banks. I know how they operate and work. I was working with a program previously that was completely volunteer run, so that made me also, I think, ideal for working with a volunteer-based program here. So yeah, working with volunteer programs and also working in the food bank setting was something that I was really comfortable with. I'm just interested in making sure that everybody in our community has access to safe, affordable, nutritious, delicious food. So there's lots of ways to achieve that. But I got started with nonprofits, I guess. I'm not sure. I mean, I've always been interested in doing a job that satisfies me and that speaks to a community need as well. And I've always been interested in working with food from a really young age. So I think all those things combined is what's led me here. The main function in the community is to accept donated food, warehouse it here, and then redistribute it to about 450 agencies. So that includes places like soup kitchens, food pantries, boys and girls clubs, senior centers, homeless shelters, places like that. And then in order to do that, we have to do fundraising. So we do lots of events throughout the year. For example, this Saturday we're organizing or helping to organize the Letter Carriers event. So that's an event where all across the city people can donate food by putting food in a bag on their doorstep, and then when the mailman comes to deliver their mail on Saturday morning, they'll also take away the food that is being donated by that family. And then all of that food comes to the food bank, and we sort through it and make sure that it gets redistributed to agencies. So throughout the year there's many events that we participate in and that we organize that helps us either to raise food or raise funds, and both are equally important. Yeah, sure. I mean, we have volunteers that have been coming here for years and years and years. You know, we have older volunteers that have been coming once or twice a week for the past, 5 or 10 years, which is really inspiring and special. We also have really young volunteers that come in a lot. There's 2 sisters that come in that are, probably around college age now, but they. What was I like when I was younger? Gosh, I'm not sure. I don't know, I still think I'm pretty young. I've always been interested in food, whether it's cooking it, eating it, serving it to other people, or gardening. I grew up overseas, so I've actually only been living in the States since I was 19. I grew up in Japan. It's great. I mean, there's things that I love about both places in terms of food, but yeah, I definitely miss the food there. So I grew up in a pretty international environment, so I was used to being around people from all over the place. So I think that's kind of influenced me as well to go to college.
Oh, cool.
Well, my academic background is in city planning. So in undergrad, I studied city planning, and then as a graduate student, my master's is in city and regional planning with a focus in food systems. So yeah, I mean, obviously fundraising, I don't think it has to be fun. I think that it has to be meaningful. We have a staff of about 20 people that exclusively does fundraising.